Hello again, everybody, and welcome to Highlands. This afternoon, it's senior day for the girls, and with those festivities, here is Mike Choma.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Senior Day. We will start with our first senior, Pat Sampan Tanarek, a senior ASF student. She's joined by her host father, Ray Bollinger, and host sister, Ava Bollinger. Pat and her family are escorted by middle school Lady Ram, Ava Natoski. This is Pat's first year playing basketball. She's also involved in a musical, stage band, jazz band, concert band, marching band, chorus, and drama club. She's a member of the International Club. Her favorite basketball memory is having parties after the games. After graduation, Pat plans on returning to Thailand and then returning to the United States to attend college. Congratulations, Pat. Next up, we have senior Lauren Sutlovich. She's joined today by moms and dads, Ray DiPerna, Dana McDaniel, Marissa College, and Jeremy Baker. They are escorted by middle school Lady Ram, Kaylee Naran. Besides playing basketball, Lauren's involved in varsity and competition cheerleading squads here at Highlands, and she's also involved with cheer athletic cheerleading. Lauren plans to attend a four-year college to become a nurse. Congratulations, Lauren. And our final senior is Sarah Young. Sarah is joined by her parents, Jason and Jolyn Young, and her sisters, Hannah and Rebecca. Sarah's family is escorted by middle school Lady Ram, Joyce Lynn Belak. Sarah runs Highlands Cross Country as president of National Honor Society and plays marching band and concert band. She is a black belt in tactical Hapkido. Sarah plans to pursue a career with the United States military and earn a degree in engineering. Congratulations, Sarah. The Highlands Lady Rams basketball team would also like to recognize the seniors playing for Deer Lakes today. They are Abby Bushel, Julia Hollyball, Victoria Keebler, and Anna Sullivan.
All right, that'll do it for Senior Day. We'll be back with the basketball game, Deer Lakes and Highlands, and it's right after this. Hello again, everybody. Welcome back to Highlands on Senior Day. Mike Pavlik here. Mike Choma, you've already heard his voice taking care of Senior Day, which is always a lot of fun.
Yeah, Mike, I got all the names right. That was the most important thing.
Well, let's talk about the Rams. They come in here on a bit of a losing streak, but things have been improving here over the last part of the season.
Yeah, Mike, unfortunately, they haven't won a section game, but a couple things. Number one, they're a young team. Number two, we have a first-year coach who's working her way through things. And number three, the most important thing is they're improving. The losses have still been there, but they've been closing that gap. They work hard over the spring and summer. I know they will. What happens is those gaps get shorter and shorter. All of a sudden, you got some wins.
Right. So tell me about what improvements they've been making and how you track those.
Well, I think it starts on defense, and they've closed that gap a little bit because their defense is working very well. They're pressing a lot more, being more efficient with that. And when they get in the half court, Sarah Saug's done a great job on taking their leading scorer, taking them out of the game. So, again, it all starts with defense. When you want to get better, look at your defense.
Oh, Dave Petruska brings his Lancers in here. They're a playoff team again. Since his mom came here and started things rolling, and then he's taken over for her, they have been a machine, and it's going to be a tough test for Highlands today.
No doubt about it, Mike. He's done a great job over there, and as you mentioned, this is a tune-up for their playoffs. And again, what happens is, as far as looking at what he's going to try to accomplish today, he's got his four seniors that are going to start today, so it's going to be a senior day and a nice day for everybody.
It should be, and it should be a decent game here. Highlands and Deer Lakes, both teams trying to. Deer Lakes getting ready for the playoffs. Highlands want an ending it on an uptick if they can do that, so we'll see what happens. Game's coming up. Tip-off is right after this. All right, we're back getting ready for the starting lineups. You see the Lancers in your picture down to our right. They are 15-5. They finished 10-4 in their section, and they are a playoff team again. Reese Haley will start at guard. She is a 5'6" freshman. And that's the last underclassman you're going to hear in this lineup. Anna Solomon, senior. And they all are from here on. Victoria Keebler wears number 4. Abby Beekle will be another starter, number 34. And Julia Holabaugh is the 4th senior. They've been here together the 4 years that they've been here and made the playoffs every season under Coach Petrushka. Now the Rams come in 2-19. They've lost their last 14 games and did not win a section game. Courtney Udanis in her first year as coach. Sarah Sawhook will start at guard. Number 1. Pat Sampan-Tanarak, one of the seniors, starting. They're wearing number 5. Sarah Young, another one of the seniors. She wears number 10. Number 13 is Maria Fabregas. And Julia DeSanto, a sophomore, is a late add to the starting lineup for Highlands tonight. Lauren Sutlovich under the weather as illness, sickness, and distress has been going around the Highlands area here this past week. If you've been following the boys team, we had the pink eye outbreak this week, and Lauren Sutlovich is not feeling well either, but she did walk for senior day, so it was good to see her. But she was originally in the starting lineup, but she can't go, so Courtney Udanis has made the change, and then Julia DeSanto, the sophomore, will start in her place. So it's Sawhook, Sampan-Tanarak, Young, Fabregas, DeSanto for Highlands. Hasley, Solomon, Keebler, Beekle, and Holabaugh for the Deer Lakes Lancers. Lancers come in 15-5, as we said. They are in the playoffs. They are the 3rd best defensive team in 3A, allowing only 33.5 points a game. And what's Highlands' problem been? They can't score very much.
That's the big thing, Mike.
How about this? Of the 23 teams in 4A, Highlands is 22nd in offense and 23rd in defense, and hence your problem. So we're set to go. Larry Porterfield has the basketball. Dr. Bob Marchie, Joe DeCello, your officials. And on a Saturday afternoon at Highlands, we're underway.
And Mike, I said the key is getting off to a quick start, trying to get that pressure defense.
This is Keebler. Now to the corner for Holabaugh. Keebler takes the pass back in the corner, guarded by Fabregas, drives in, kicks it out. That's a 3 on the way by Beekle, and it's no good. And the rebound to DeSanto. But they steal it right away, and laying it in is Holabaugh, and it's 2-0 Lancers.
And Mike, turnovers again have been a bugaboo too.
Highlands backcourt against pressure, just underway on a Saturday. Final game for the Rams. Deer Lakes tuning it up for the playoffs. Oh, down low, Sampan-Tanarak got a shot up. It's off the rim, no good. And a rebound on the weak side to Hasley.
And on senior day, Mike, you always want your seniors to score.
4 seniors and a freshman starting for Dave Petrushka. Now stepping back and taking a 3, and it's a grazer by Solomon, and the rebound. Highlands let it go out of bounds, and the Rams will have it. And quickly into the Highlands lineup is Sky Summers, number 3. And Pat Sampan-Tanarak will sit down. Thailand, you say?
Yes, Thailand. She plans on returning for college education, Mike.
Beautiful part of the world. No doubt about that.
By the way, a little birdie told me to mention Dave Petrushka. He's going to coach the Cager Classic, and guess who the opposing coach is going to be?
I don't know.
His mother.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, how you like that?
That's great. That's like when we had, Ron McNabb coached, and his dad almost gave him a technical.
Yes, he refereed the game. You're right.
That was fun. Now corner, that's Hasley with a jumper. It's no good. The rebound is battled for. Highlands comes down with it, and what are they going to call? They're going to call a held ball, and the arrow belongs to the Lancers at 6:43, 2-0 Deer Lakes. Lancers come off a very close, heartbreaking overtime loss to Shadyside at home the other day, 41-38. They battle back in that game. Now the Rams lose it out of bounds, and Deer Lakes will keep it. Deer Lakes allowed only 4 points in the second quarter of that game, 4 points in the third quarter, scratched and clawed their way back into it, and then ended up being outscored 8-5 in the overtime. They lost twice to Shadyside, who's the number 2 team in 3A.
And Mike, they also are, they're heading the section there too.
Now down underneath, and good defense by Summers for Highlands. They tip it away, and the Rams are able to control it. Young had it, lost it out of bounds.
Highlands going to keep it. That was knocked out by Victoria Keebler.
Here's DeSanto, stops and pops it. It's blocked from behind by Solomon. Saw got it for a second and lost it. And Solomon's driving the other way. Length of the court all the way in and lays it in. Boy, she was in tough position under the basket there, but did a great job to control her body and put it in, and it's 4-0 Lancers.
And she did a nice job of offhand, Mike, pushing her off to make sure she made space for herself.
And speaking of making space, Skylar Summers does on the other end, and the foul under your legs. So Summers will shoot a couple for the junior. Julia Holobaugh picks up the foul. We talk about their 4 seniors who have been together. In Dave Petruska's 4 years, he's made the playoffs every year. They have a 10-girl freshman class, the biggest that they've had. So they're set up for this year and for the future.
Missed by Skyler, but she knew to follow up on it. Missed the layup coming back, though.
Now Beagle drives baseline, but got cut off over there by Young. And the Lancers now pass it around the perimeter. Dump it inside for Solomon. Kicked it back out. This is Beagle. Jumper. It's down. First 2 for Abby Beagle, and it's 6-0. Oh, that was a walk. And unfortunately, Joe DeCello caught it.
Fourth Highlands turnover.
I was hoping Joe wasn't looking there, but he was. Veteran officiating crew. We had Larry Porterfield here for the boys game on Thursday night.
He put a caught in the
he did. He stayed over there. And he's back. It's an easy trip down for him from Katanning.
Fortunately, weather cooperating.
It's a beautiful day today. It's cold out there, but it's gorgeous.
Highlands now on a 2-3, it looks like, Mike.
Holobaugh's jumper is short. The rebound, Rams thought they had a piece of it, but couldn't control it. This is Holobaugh back with it. Down low for Hasley. They swing it right side, and now we got a turnaround jumper is missed, and Young has the rebound for the Rams. Out to DeSanto. Julia forecourt had a pocket pick from behind Anna Solomon, looking like Reese Mayberry out there the way she's taking the ball away today.
You mentioned, Mike, they average 47, give up 34 a game.
Keebler's jumper is no good, but Deer Lakes chase down the offensive rebound, and the battle is Fabregas.
Their first turnover, Cyhawk ahead of the pack.
Here comes Sarah driving down, and she got shut off. Good defense that time by Hasley. Works it inside, and Deer Lakes tips it out of bounds. Highlands will keep it. About halfway through this first quarter, and it's 6-0 Lancers.
Hasley only a freshman, Mike, out there 4 seniors.
Now trying to dribble through a trap that time was Fabregas, and it's stolen away. And they're very active hands-wise defensively, Deer Lakes. You can see why they're such a good defensive team. Oh, now the ball went between the legs of Fabregas on the inbound, but the Rams are able to keep it. And Maria hangs on to it between circles.
Yeah, Mike mentioned the pregame about their pressing defense. The problem is you have to score to be able to press, and they haven't been able to yet.
DeSanto threw it into the lane, but it was a good job of shutting it off. Hasley back the other way, off the foot, out of bounds, and who's it go to? Keeping it with Deer Lakes, says Dr. Marchi at 4:05.
And you mentioned, Mike, they're in 3rd place in their section, Deer Lakes. 4 of their losses in section came to the top 2 teams, Clarendon and Shadyside Academy. Here's a weird one, Mike. Quaker Valley beat them.
Yeah, that kind of came out of nowhere because that's not Quaker Valley's boys team. And that's the only team that game they've lost against a team that wasn't ranked.
But here's the weird part, Mike. They beat them by 3. They had played them twice. Deer Lakes beat them by 22 the first game.
Yeah. You wonder if there wasn't just a little bit of complacency that set in there.
It was a Christmas tournament, so yep, it all depends.
It can always happen
that day. Yep.
Lancers keep it under the basket. 3:41 left of the first quarter. And Hasley comes back to get it, the freshman. Now she's going to let a 3 go from right down the middle and drains it. Nothing but nylon. It's 9-0.
Now you know why she's playing as a freshman.
She's one of the 10, and they got to start.
Now Deer Lakes puts their pressure on Mike and see what happens.
Fabregas lost the handle, and it's stolen away by Holobaugh.
7th turnover here in the first quarter, Mike. 3:15 to go.
Left side. Holobaugh works it back out to Solomon between circles. She's going to let a 3 go, and it's an air ball, and Highlands will keep it at 3:05. They trail it 9-0.
And watch how they attack a 2-3, Mike. They'll have a girl at the point, 2 girls on the wings. You get the odd number 3 on 2.
Well, Courtney Udanis wants a timeout. 3:05 to go first quarter, and Highlands trailing it 9-0, looking to get on the board here.
Mentioned those 15 wins for Deer Lakes, Mike. They won their first 5 games. They beat Riverview. I mentioned Quaker Valley, Burrell, South Allegheny, and Valley. Their other 10 wins came against St. Joe's, and in section they beat Still Valley twice, East Allegheny twice, Derry twice, and again South Allegheny and Valley in section, and they also defeated Knock out of our section.
They're in 3-3A, and playoffs are set there. They Shadyside finished first, Carleton second, Deer Lake's third, East Allegheny fourth. Shadyside is ranked number 2 in the rankings, and Carleton is ranked number 3. So that's 4 of the 5 losses this team's lost to. So you can see, where they're coming from. But those 4 teams are set. Mr. DeCello, how are you today? Joe DeCello, one of the officials coming to say hi. We happen to know all these guys. Yeah. You get 2 local teams to play each other. You get local officials, and can't beat it. But so that's what's happening in 3A. Neshannock, Avonworth, Beaver, Mohawk, Section 1, South Park, Washington, Seton LaSalle, Beth Center, Section 2. That's your field as of now. Elwood City still hanging. Rams with the basketball. Sawhook center circle. Double team right in front of the Deer Lakes bench. And she dribbled it off her foot, and Deer Lakes has the basketball.
Deer Lake's quick to double the ball, Mike. That shows you a good defensive team. When they get a chance, they've taken advantage.
And they spread their scoring out. They have 4 baskets by 4 different girls right now. I think it's Victoria Keebler's turn. There's a 3 and a grazer by Hasley, and the Rams have it.
Numbers out in front.
DeSanto works it deep, and the shot by Fabregas is missed. Rebound, we got a jump ball. No surprise, Skylar Summers is in the middle of it.
Highland's going to get possession there, Mike.
She does all the dirty work, number 3 underneath. And the Lancers have it in their lovely green numbers on their gray jerseys. Luckily, we're close.
Yes. Hard to scout them, Mike, when you watch it.
It could be if you really think about it, huh? And now get a 3-second call against Deer Lakes. Turnover by the Lancers at 2:20, 9-0. They have the lead.
That's their second.
Next stoppage, we'll take a look at Highlands section and see what's happened there. Needless to say, North Catholic has won it. We'll go from there in a minute. Player down, comes to Fabregas. Right side, tried to throw it down in the blocks, and again, they collapse on the ball, collapse on the post so well. And a turnover. Long cross court for Solomon. In the post. Turnaround jumper is missed by Samerda. And a rebound, the Lancers have it again. Steal by Summers as she walked in front of that pass. And she got hung up and she traveled on the way in.
Jocelyn, who's there, number 4, going to check in. She's only a freshman, right?
Right, she played the first game that we saw here against Burrell. Rams lost to Burrell on Thursday night, but that was a fortified Burrell Bucks team they saw Thursday. They had at least 3 girls back that didn't play in the game here from injuries. Grace Omasinski was back at 16. Hope Clark had 18. Neither of those girls played the game here. And the Rams get a rebound nicely by DeSanto. Tried to push it up forward and saved by Fabregas off the sawhook. Her jumper's high off the glass, no good. Rebound, and DeSanto had it blocked, and the Lancers have it back. Lead it ahead to Beagle. Samerda almost walked into the jumper there, but gave it up. Solomon in the paint. Oh, with a runner, and it's down. What a move. Anna Solomon. And it's 11-0 Lancers. Now Sawhook takes a handoff, and that's stolen from her on the sideline, and the Lancers have it. Lead it ahead to Hasley. Drives, lays, and scores.
Easy one that time, Mike.
5 points for Reese, and it's 13-0.
She leads all the scores, only a freshman.
38 seconds left of the first quarter. High posting it for Luzier, and the pass is stolen. Lancers back the other way. This is Hasley. Drives it down, and there's going to be a foul on Highlands. I think it may be Fabregas. We'll see what Bob Marchie has for us. That'll be the first team foul on Highlands. It is DeSanto. That'll be her first.
And we heard
obviously.
That one, Mike.
So at the line is Anna Solomon. She shoots a pair. First one is down.
She now has 5-2. Ties Hasley for the scoring lead, 14-0.
Second one on the way is a dipper. In and out. Rebound is saved and put up and in by Julia Holabaugh. That'll be her second basket, 4th point. It's 16-0 Deer Lakes. They go high post now to Sarah Young.
Nice handoff.
Had the handoff. It's loose on the floor. They battle for it, and the Lancers Holoball comes away with it. 5 seconds to go. Lancers got to be aware of the clock here. Highlands has the arrow. Solomon steps into a three. It's off the front rim, and that's going to be the end of the first quarter. That one's no good. Larry bellows across from the other side, and the first quarter is over, and it is all Lancers. Deer Lake 16, and Highlands nothing. Rams shut out in the first quarter.
Well, Mike, we said in the pregame they couldn't get in trouble early and get behind. Unfortunately, that's exactly what's happened to the Lady Rams throughout this year. And in their section, Mike, you mentioned North Catholic. They're 14-0. They're the number 1 seed. 2 is Freeport at 11-2. Then it gets interesting at the bottom. We have a 3-way tie, it looks like.
Yeah, we do. Freeport did beat Apollo Ridge last night, so they are
7-7.
They're 17-4, 12-2. So Apollo Ridge, Greensburg-Salem, and Knock all tied 7-7.
And they all go. Want to explain that?
Yeah, Greensburg-Salem had a 3-1 record when you put them all together. You take the 3 teams that are tied, and you take their records, what they did against each other. Greensburg-Salem was 3-1. That puts them up over top. They finished 3rd. That leaves Apollo Ridge and Knock together. So what happened there was they split their game, so they both go. So that's how 5 make it in that section, 1-4A.
Knock, Merle Boucher coaches them, Mike, and they're lucky to sneak in because if they would have tied straight up with Greensburg-Salem,
they had beaten them twice, and that's and really what happened was that Greensburg-Salem lost the game to Apollo Ridge, and that's what got Knock in. That's really what it came down to. So that takes care of that, and then Indiana, Morrill, and Highlands brought up the rear of Section 1. First year of the alignment, so everything will be the same again next season. Highlands has the ball to start the second quarter. Let's get a basket. Here's Luzier with a jumper. Off the rim, no good. Rebound Deer Lake's weak side.
Look over and left her hand, Mike.
It did. Now they work at the hole. The ball back to Solomon. Down underneath of the lay-in. Beautifully by Smyrna. That's her first basket.
Cameron on the board.
18-0. Luzier's jumper's off the rim. At least they're getting her some shots. Sawhook does a good job on the floor to battle it away. Fabregas right side, but they double team the basketball, and that's what happens. Maria got in a little bit of trouble, threw it back into trouble.
No foul there, yeah.
Nope. Tips. Ball's tipped out of bounds, and Lancers will keep it at 7-12.
Lazier, Mike, a freshman, with her size, again, I think she can be a factor down the road for the Lady Rams.
And she was impressive the Burl game that we saw here earlier.
She had what I call the flatliner, that shot that just went straight.
The old Catholic school gym shot?
Yep.
Speaking of Catholic schools, we'll get into that a little bit in the second half. We have some interesting stuff for you on those. Sawhook has it. There's a move afoot in the state legislature to split things back up again, and we have some numbers for you about that and see what, I wonder what the appetite is to do it.
Reese Hazley gets her first foul. Highlands win by it. You don't want to see Jim Cantori on your doorstep for weather. You never wanted to see anybody from 60 Minutes ringing your doorbell. And locally, you
used to be Mike Wallace, right?
Yeah, you don't want to see Andy Sheehan. And Andy Sheehan is on the case for KDK trying to swear it out for him.
Anna Solomon's fouled. She'll go to the line and shoot 2 at 6:53 in an 18-0 game. Nicole Fleming and Haley Zalis are into the Deer Lakes lineup. Fleming wearing 10, Zalis wearing 50.
Got her second trip to the line.
And there we go. The Rams are off the snide. Summers drains it. It's 18-1. And the second one is also down, and it's 18-2. Anna Solomon forecourt. Left side for Beekle. Got shut off and kicked it back out to Smyrna. Solomon between circles.
Did a good job of splitting that top of the zone, Mike. And there you get the ball baseline. That's where you get shots right there.
And a three-pointer's a grazer off the front of the rim by Smyrna. And Highlands will get possession at 6:24 first half. 16-point Lancer lead.
I love working that short corner against the zone, Mike, because that way their back is to you and you're basically the point guard and everybody comes at you.
This is Hasley left side.
Now they're playing a zone. They're extending it though, Mike. They're 2-3.
Fabregas plays catch with DeSanto out top. Now Young baseline goes in with a runner and got fouled for trouble, and she'll shoot a couple at 6:01. So the Rams doing a much better moving the basketball here in the second quarter.
50 with the body, 2.
Zalis picks up the foul. That's 4 on Deer Lakes. Highlands has committed 1. And this is senior Sarah Young at the line. See Coach Petrushka in her picture in the yellow shirt.
I made it 10 minutes without calling.
You hear Larry? He said he made it 10 minutes without calling a foul.
Great referees. You
didn't have the shakes, did you? You're okay.
Like a good waiter, you never knew they were there. That's right.
DeSanto makes 1 out of 2. Or Sarah Young does. The Rams have all 3 of their points with a foul line. It's 18-3. Now stepping into a 3, and it's good off the roll by Solomon.
She's got 8. She leads all scorers.
She's living right with that bounce. 21-3. They scratch and clawed to get 3 foul shots, and then Deer Lakes goes down and just drains 1-3 and it just erases everything they gained.
And a bouncer to boot.
Exactly. Now the shot is missed. Number 2 in the game for the Rams, China Drioit.
Sarah Young got the offensive rebound, couldn't put it in.
And there's China on the weak side.
There was no JV game today, Mike. She usually plays JVs, and again, you can see some potential there. Sarah Salk on the ground that time. And,
they're off.
Yep.
See Uncle Robbie over there.
Also over on that side, Mike, they'll come into the picture in the tassel cap right
Luke.
there. Yeah, Luke Hawker, and he's here early because they have a trip
They're
to themselves.
They're going up to Sharon today. Maybe they can get the Quaker steak and get some wings when they're up there.
I believe they said Hermitage, which is the
outside of
close.
Yeah.
Kennedy Christian. They've
been in the news here this week. Yeah.
That's right.
Maybe Andy will be up there when the Golden Rams get there tonight.
Good news, we're not playing them. We're playing Erie. They are playing.
They got a shot. Yeah, the Rams have a shot today in that game. We're not going, so
we'll get reports throughout.
We'll get reports. We're going to Beaver Monday night. Hopefully, weather permitting. There's some stuff coming in Sunday, so hopefully everything's okay. Sarah Sawhook with the basketball. 4:35 left of the first half. 21-3. Deer Lakes leads it. This is Fabregas.
Gotta go all the way.
And the ball's tipped. It goes out of bounds, and Highlands will keep it.
And an out. And an out.
Multiple substitutions coming.
Yeah, this is good. Christina Saldemarco is 25, and 20 is Jennifer Butler.
You got it. 30.
Courtney wants a timeout. Highlands will take that at 4:20 to go. 21-3, Deer Lakes.
Like we were talking about 4A Section 1, which we're in. Section 2, you have Blackhawk, they're number 1 and 11-1. Central Valley 10-1, they're number 2. Keystone Oaks is in 3rd at a 7-5 record. And guess what? Your Quaker Valley does qualify at 5-7.
We gave them short shrift. We shouldn't have done that. So Highlands in the timeout right now. We've halfway through the second period. Rams trailing it at 21-3, and Highlands still looking for their first field goal of the afternoon. So hopefully that's on its way.
And also,
Courtney setting up a play there.
Their first win in 2019.
Now they throw it in right side, and Young is able to keep it. This is Fabregas. They tie it up,
and get possession.
It's Deer Lakes ball.
Oops, Deer Lake, sorry. I'm working on my halftime here, Mike.
I got you. I got you. We're good.
I'm multitasking today.
Does Kate want to join us? We have a microphone. Okay. I just thought I'd ask. Weak side rebound by Fabregas. Kate Pavlik She's always working, by the way.
Does a great job with our girls basketball and the young guys, Mike, in the Beast Mode program, her and her husband, Steve. And we appreciate it because, you know, we're trying to get this program started, and that's the key word. It's not a team, it's a program. And we're going to have all the young girls here at halftime.
Now they work it down on the baseline and trying to go up with Fleming with a shot, and the Rams block it. And this is Droit back the other way, and what's the call? A travel on Highlands at 3:25. Rams, we mentioned, not in the playoffs this year, and it has been a 3-year drought for them. They made it in 2016 when Drew Johnzak was here. And the glory days were half of their playoffs in the history of the school were in 4 straight years under Megan Zemansky. They made the playoffs 8 times in school history, and four of them came in 4 straight years. Fabregas all the way down. Little jumper is down. First for Maria tonight, and it's 21-5, and I'll say tonight probably 1,000 times, so don't hit me. Maybe watch the game at night, and then it'll feel like it's night.
I scratched out all the tonights and put today's in.
You know, it's rare you got to wear sunglasses to come in here. It's like, it's so sunny and beautiful outside, and it's like, it's daytime. What are we doing here?
The good news, Mike, Maria's only a freshman, too.
Samerda works a nice job, and down on the baseline for the lay-in by Fleming, and that's her first points off the bench, and it's 23-5. Sawhook takes the pass. This is Droit in the corner. Her left-handed jumper is short. Look at that hustle by Sarah Young to get a piece of that, but she was last to touch it.
China's dealt with a hand injury all year, Mike, that left hand, and she is left-handed.
If you mix up the letters of her name, you can make it say Detroit.
How about that?
Yeah, I think you can do it. I just sounded like Harry Carey. I apologize. Jumper by Sal DeMarco is missed, and the rebound's put back up and in by Fleming. She's got 2 off the bench, and it's 25-5. 2 minutes left of the first half. 20-point lead for the Lancers. And driving in is Summers toward the paint, and she got fouled.
Casey Schaefer's got her first.
This way, 325.
Young got to get it in deep, and does. And Fabregas comes out to get it. Sawhook right side, thought about it. Back to Fabregas. Drives in against Butler with a runner. Off the back rim, no good. Rebound is tipped, and right to Hasley. Hasley might have a run out, but Sawhook did a great job defensively and got back, and so did China. Work it out top for Samerda. Kicked it left side. Sal DeMarco's jumper's off the back rim, no good. Rebound is chased down in the corner by the Lancers.
A good work against that 2-3.
Samerda plays catch with Hasley out top. Now Samerda off the handoff.
I'm just going to shuffle, Mike.
Yep, Sal DeMarco. It's the old-fashioned weave. Jumper by Fleming's off the back rim. Got her own rebound, though.
They know where they're going, Mike, when they miss.
Drives in, runner, one-hander, no good. Fabregas the rebound for Highlands as the clock ticks down to a minute first half. Fabregas stops and pops. It's a grazer, and it goes off the China Droid out of bounds and belongs to Deer Lakes at 54 seconds. Julia DeSanto back in for the Rams.
Just joining us, it's senior day.
It is. Hasley gets it back, tried to go down on a block. We got a jumper up and missed by Butler. And a rebound to Highlands with 40 seconds. Summers gets it across the midcourt line, and Fabregas is there. Sawhook left side, drives baseline and got fouled. Sarah took it strong to the hoop. She'll go to the line and shoot 2 at 28 seconds left of the first half at a 25-5 Deer Lakes lead. Pairings meeting will be Tuesday. And then Lancers will find out where they're going, and so will everyone else. Section plaques will be handed out. Sawhook makes the first, and it's 25-6. The Highlands boys will get one of those. 2 in a row.
Yep.
And Sarah drains 2 out of 2.
6 or 9 from the foul line, and that's how they got 6 of their 7 points.
25-7. They've made 5 free throws. Jumper by Saldemarco is missed. Rebound is clawed at and come out to Hasley with a jumper at 5 seconds, and she hits it. She's got 7 for the freshman, and it's 27-7. Rams throw it up, but too late at half court, and that's going to wind up the first half here at Highlands on Senior Day, and a good one for the Lancers to score at the break. Deer Lakes 27 and Highlands 7. We'll be back with stats and much more right after this. Welcome back to Highlands. Mike Pavlik, Mike Choma, Landon Signorella upstairs.
Hey, Mike, I got to tell you about the PG Athlete of the Week for the girls, Isabella Mills. How about that?
How about her?
That is Jeff's daughter and Glenn and Rose's granddaughter. Mike, she's helping them win the 6A. They're undefeated in 6A at 21-0.
They are ranked number 1 in the latest 6A poll, Peters Township.
Yep, how about that?
Now down on the blocks, that's Summers trying to get loose and got it out to Fabregas.
And I can almost top that, Mike. The most impressive thing about her, guess what? Her QPA, guess what it is?
It's over 5, I heard. How is that? I had 2 years.
5.15.
I had 2 semesters together. I could get 5. How in the heck do you get 5.1?
I just turns it over again.
That's some real smart classes.
And she did get a B once.
No.
Hey, yes, check it out.
So did I, and we threw a party.
There you go. 3-pointer down by number 34, Abby Bickle. She's got 5. Mike, she had 89.98, and the guy wouldn't move it up for her. Can you
Really?
believe that?
Well, of course, I will say about my B, I went to school back in the day that, it was you needed 93 for an A. So
yeah, I did too.
We needed 93 for an A. They make it. I'm not going to say they're making it easy because the courses are harder. There's no doubt about that. But
Skyler,
oh man, up and almost in, rattled out. Rebound to Beekle. Now looks like Dave Petruska's got his starters back in there for a while here. Anyway, it's like you just basically want to work up a sweat here in the second half with these girls and then get them out. I think
30-7 they lead here. But Mike, it gets better. Oh, Slaw coming through the still. So Isabella is an undefeated team. That is Jeff's daughter. Bobby, who we honor and put him in the Basketball Hall of Fame for the boys, his daughter, Maggie, plays for Scranton Prep. Guess what their record is?
They're probably undefeated too.
19-1.
How about that?
So you combine them, it's 39-1 between the 2 granddaughters.
Nice drive to the basket by Hannah Solomon. She's in with 10, and it's 32-7 Deer Lakes. Hey, look to your left, Dean. Here's Johnny.
There you go. Scranton Prep, by the way, they're number 5 in 4A. So we will not see a Mills championship.
Oh, that would be, 6A and 4A. Well, maybe they can both get to Hershey at the same time.
There you go.
Here's Solomon forecourt for the Lancers. Drives in against that zone and got shut off. That's what the zone is designed to do, is to shut off those drives and those lanes, and it did.
Mike, you look at Sarah Slaw's kneecaps, and they're just red.
Well, she's been on the floor a lot today, so that probably is.
Burns. But I'll tell you what, Anna Solomon's got her beat, Mike. Look at the bruise.
I see it.
Leg, boy. It's the wear and tear of a basketball season.
Sure is. Lydia Guthrie's out there, number 12 for Deer Lakes. Rams with a steal. There's Fabregas forecourt, but she doesn't have numbers. Now with a nice crossover move in with a runner up off the glass, no good. Rebound Deer Lakes. This is Hasley.
Oh, Saug almost got that one, Mike.
Now jumper up is missed. Rebounded as a foul over the back, and that'll be on Hasley.
Her third, Mike.
11 different players have played for Deer Lakes so far, by my highly unofficial count.
By the way, Isabella Mike won a Case Western.
That's in Cleveland, isn't it?
Yep. Become a doctor. I think we're in good hands.
I think so.
Averages 14 points a game, 84% from the free throw line. Their big shutdowns would be against North Allegheny.
Could you imagine if Glenn was a doctor, what his bedside manner would be?
Get up, you're not sick.
Beekle aside. That skips a generation or two. This is Guthrie. Work it back out to Holabaugh between circles. 3 minutes into the second half. That's a three drilled up there and missed. And Deer Lakes gets the offensive rebound. Holabaugh again.
My arm hurts when I do this. Don't do that.
Now Solomon. Left side, that's Guthrie. Jumper no good. And Deer Lakes killing it on the offensive glass right now. Little low, no-look pass thrown out. The jumper's a three is missed. And Young the rebound for Highlands.
Stolen.
I think Sarah's mom won the duck throw.
Oh, how about that?
Somebody from the family did. There's a jumper, and it's down. It's a two, I believe, by Beekle.
Shelley saw Sarah's aunt was had a little too much overspin on hers.
34-7.
Uncle Robbie's over there, Mike, and you see his shirt?
I saw Robbie, Union? What is that?
No, it's UNC Wilmington.
Oh,
that was a trivia question last
we had
time.
that.
Yes.
I was right on that.
You had that. Didn't have a high school, but you had a college.
I figured the high school out. I remember we went to a game up at North Hills when they played in the playoffs. Bob and Joe did it.
We do have third quarter trivia for you.
Oh, nice
Up and
move
in.
to the basket. And Holabaugh with the basket and the finish and the foul.
She now has 6.
Skylar Summers picks up the Highlands foul. That's first one, second half. Each team won.
Zell's going to report back in.
We have 14. Emily Capetta in there for Deer Lakes.
Okay. And Jocelyn Luzier returns for the Golden Rams.
Holabaugh at the line, chance to complete the three-point play, and she does.
The old-fashioned way, huh?
Drains it. She's got 7, and it's 37-7.
Still 13, restore corner.
Pretty sure, 40 is the mercy rule if we ever get into that. We could be heading that way. Rams need to get some baskets here. Fabregas, right side saw hook, jumper short, rebound Deer Lakes. It's Hasley. Fits right in with the seniors, doesn't she?
Yeah, look her shot, Mike. Never crosses. Good job by Sarah on defense. Shut her off. That's a ball stop.
Solomon worked it into Zalis. Now baseline for Fleming, and she'll go to the line.
My favorite stat, ball stops. We have 2 undefeated teams today, okay? Mike Peters Township mentioned 21-0. You know who the other one is? Girls?
I don't have records on here, but I have. First one is rattling around and good by Fleming.
This is not the trivia.
How about Char Valley?
Char Valley 22-0.
So I don't get credit for that?
Not yet.
How about just go to A&B Pizza and say hi? Tell Pat.
And we have a timeout.
Tell Pat we said hi. Highlands wants a timeout at 3:29, 39-7 Deer Lakes. So go ahead.
I was going to say Springdale's the only team in Dove Hill without a win yet. They're 0-19. They've been giving up 13. It's going to be 49 points a game, scoring 13.
This is as good a time as any to get into some of this. We were talking about that there are some bills been put forth in the state legislature to basically pull the Catholic and private schools out, not out of the WPLs, not out of the WPL, but out of the standings, out of sections with, and then replace them in their own. Basically, they play each other, have their own championship, have their own.
Go back 30 years
as
ago,
it was.
It was the Catholic School League, and there was the Public School League.
Now they've had that in Philly too, correct? Or okay. So I did a little research, and with boys and girls both, that in boys basketball, 17 of the 132 teams would qualify for that. And in girls, 17%. There's 22 of them. There are 19 in girls. That's 15%. 68% in each, boys and girls. 13 of 19 of girls teams, 15 of 22 in boys teams make the playoff. 55% of boys public, 53% of girls public. So you see that they do better as far as making the playoffs goes. And I'll have some more numbers for you.
Yeah, the scary ones are coming.
Right. 13 of the 70 qualifiers in girls, 19% are private schools. 20% in boys are private schools. Sarah missed a shot. A rebound, Deer Lakes.
Nice pass out.
Oh, they tried to get it quickly out to Capetta, but she's unable to flag it down, and Highlands will get it back at 3:06.
Now, turnover.
Those numbers, they have a little bit of an advantage, but it isn't anything that you'd go crazy about. It's if, say, two private school teams and boys didn't make it and were replaced by public school teams, you have an even distribution of who makes the playoffs and who doesn't. That's not where the issue is.
Nice pass.
This is Capetta with a jumper off the front rim, no good. Zalis battles on the floor for it, and got it out of there. Good hustle by her. Baseline Hasley goes in, and it's blocked by Lazier. And Summers has it for Highlands. Now to Young.
Over Fabregas. Highlands going to sub against this 2-3 defense.
2.5 left third quarter. Lazier with a nice pass underneath to Summers, and she lays it in. Beautiful pass by Lazier. Summers with the finish, and it's 39-9. Now a long three is drained. That hardly moved.
Yep, nice job.
As Solomon lets it go.
She's got 13 now, Mike.
Leading score for both teams, 42-9. Now Lazier worked it back out. That's 2 by Sawhook. In and out, no good. There's a lid on it there. Rebound Deer Lakes. And here comes Solomon forecourt. Be interesting to see who makes the cager from Deer Lakes this year with 4 seniors all key contributors. They had Emily Mission make it last year. Highlands, of course, will choose with their 3 seniors too. We'll see where those numbers come out. We'll be having roster should be out soon.
Yeah, maybe we get it for Monday, Mike. I'll try.
Sawhook drives all the way through, but it's blocked from behind by Solomon. Good defense there. Lancer's back the other direction.
Nice blocking by Lazier.
And Solomon had it blocked by Lazier. And Young has it for Highlands, but had her pocket picked by Capetta. Out top to Hasley.
Sarah's getting close, though, still.
This is Aylis. That's 3. It's down. Nothing but nylon.
They're going to give her 2, Mike.
Only 2?
Yes.
30 seconds.
2-pointer. She had a foot on the line. It's 44-9.
30 seconds.
Back more to my numbers here. We said that of the qualifiers in girls, 19% of the playoff teams are private school teams when they make up 15% of the total field. Boys, 20% of the playoff teams are private schools. They make up 17% of the field. It's more, but it's not anything to be alarmed about. Now, you ready for these?
Yep.
Champions over the last 10 years in all classifications. Boys, 15 out of 44 champion private schools, 34%. 34% are champions, 17% make up of the field.
The doubler.
That's a doubler. It gets better. Girls make up 15% of the total schools. 48% of the champions in the last 10 years have been private schools. 21 out of 44. I think that's where everybody's looking at.
Yeah,
Now, do you just want to cry foul and kick them out, or do you want to try to get better? I guess that's the question.
Well, right now, it's the 30 teams in the 6th class. You took the top 5 of each of those. 17 are public, 13 are private. Again, the numbers are skewed. It's these borderless schools that they're going to have to try to rein in.
But here's the problem. The public schools are becoming more and more borderless as we go along. That's 2 for Sawhook. Foot on the line there also, 44-11. Anybody can go to any public school they want now.
You got to move, Mike.
No, you don't. All you got to do is pay tuition.
No, I disagree with you. I'll tell you why.
In a lot of places.
Nope. You're looking at one place you can't.
Where, Highlands?
Deer Lakes.
Okay. Sawhook all the way down, lays it up, missed it. And a rebound, we have a jump ball. And the arrow belongs to?
They have to accept tuition.
Okay.
And Deer Lakes does not take tuition.
Okay.
Yep. So there are schools that
They're also, not all of them do, but more and more of them do. Let's put it that way. And I believe the PIAA is becoming more lenient on who they let play the sports.
I always said if my son could play piano and Van Cliburn taught a plum, he'd be there.
And exactly my point. And guess what? He'll be allowed to play piano for whatever the school play is, whatever.
And Lincoln Park too. Look at them, performing art.
Exactly. So I see both sides of it. I wonder what the appetite is in the legislature. That's what needs to be canvassed and see where does it fall politically, which is really what it's going to come down to.
Which is where Andy Sheehan was the other day, Mike.
Now we got a foul on a loose ball. And it's going to be on.
30 years ago, the legislature enacted accepting the Catholic schools in the WPL and having just one type of school. They're going to have to re-legislate to make that happen if you want.
Right. And my question is, as the quarter comes to an end, that's the end of the third quarter with the score Deer Lakes 44 and Highlands 11. We'll finish up this point and we can go to trivia. My question is, you always have to look at unintended consequences when you do things like this. What are the problems that are going to come about by doing it that we didn't have before? And I can see scheduling issues. I can see travel issues. I can see, are they not going to want to play each other anymore? And what's that do for scheduling? There are a million things that have to be hashed out more than they win too many championships. Let's kick them out.
was a guy who drove an hour to do a section game on Tuesday. Travel's no longer an issue.
Well, my question is it going to get better, or is it good now? And the other thing is the move afoot to take us back to 4 classifications, at least in football. Sam Huey's got a great plan. He has got for basketball of the 4 classifications in basketball, and then have a B and a double B for the private schools. That way, everybody's still in the WPIAL. They still win a WPIAL championship, but they compete against each other in their own section.
And I go back 30 years ago, Mike, where it was the public A, B, C, and the Catholic had an A and a B.
Right. So it's certainly
the charters are what's going to do it.
And the charters are becoming more and more. And you said 30 years ago, why did they get taken in? Because the Catholic schools were getting fewer, which continues to happen with merging of parishes and
look at that
and everything. Solak with a jumper up, no good. Oh, great tip by Young to save it in. And Sam Pantanarak back in there for Highlands. Got it in underneath the Young. His shot is missed. And fought out of there by the Lancers.
That's back out there on senior day, Mike.
Saved by Deer Lakes. This is Smyrna forecourt. Now right side for Sal DeMarco, 25, as she gets it back. They work it in, try to get it to Butler. Rams with good defense there. This is Zalis. Sal DeMarco and back out top to Jen Butler. There's a baseline jumper, and it's down for Emily Capetta. That's her first basket of the night.
Mike, when you get in that short corner, that's where the sweet spot is against the 2-3 zone.
That's 8 different Lancers that have scored tonight.
Pat's firing away, trying to get on the board.
She is.
Mike. All right, Mike, I know you're going to get part 1 of the trivia question. Let's see if you get part 2. Part 1, Courtney Cordes at the time, Dana Snile, her senior year, did her team make the playoffs?
They did.
They did indeed. Okay. Part 2, what was their record that year? Oh, you're cheating.
No, I'm not. They were 5. They were 5-15. I don't have it written down.
Actually, I have it 10-13.
10-13.
Yep, 10-13.
Somebody made it at 5-15.
Well, that was one year everybody made it.
The whole section got in.
Sarah with the rebound, out ahead of the pack. And a pull-up jumper.
Off the back iron. Rebound, Young in the corner.
2 Sarahs out there. Oops, that's going to be over and back, Mike.
That would have been an 09. She made Valley News Dispatch All-Star that year in 09.
09. They playoffs, they win or lose their game.
They lost. They won a game the year before. I think they beat Steel Valley. I did it. You were here with your basketball tournament, and I did that one down at Fox Chapel.
And then they lost to Char Valley. And her senior year, lose a tough one, 39-36 to York.
The Cougars. That's another long trip. Oh, we're going to do something here before we're done, too, because we're going to have time.
Sarah in there fighting.
Yeah, good fight by Sarah Slawhook. Battling it out with Jen Butler to knock it out of bounds. Okay, I want you to rank the trips to Mount Pleasant, York, and where was the other one? I already forgot. Terry. Rank them worst to best, because I have my list, and I wondered if you think the same. I think York was best.
Yeah, once we got the right-hand turn.
Well, yeah, but I mean, forget about the first part. There's a shot. Forget about that. There's a rebound by Highlands as Young got it into Sawhook. So I think we can agree that York of the 3 was the best trip. Ball was tipped, so you can hear Larry Porterfield yell that, so everybody knows it's not over and back. Sam Pantanarak for 3 off the rim, and the rebound is dragged down by Smyrna.
I'll make Derry Mount Pleasant a tie.
A tie. They were both pretty off.
Terrible.
Yeah, they're both pretty off.
Mount Pleasant was bumpy back road.
I think Mount Pleasant was worse.
And then
the people are all nice when we get there.
Yes.
So you got that going for you. And so I'm happy with that. But now Highlands, the girls here really didn't have those problems.
Yeah.
Why couldn't we be saddled with this? North Catholic, which is right by Mars High School, Freeport, Apollo, Greensburg, Knock, Indiana, and Burl. That's like our old Section 1A.
Any day of the week.
1-3A, yeah.
Skylar, let's see, she traveled or get fouled? She got traveled.
She did. She traveled and turned it over at 5:08. What's their worst trip? Their worst trip is probably to North Catholic.
Yeah.
Really, or
And you know why it was
Greensburg
so-
Salem.
That's why it was so bad.
Indiana's the worst trip for sure, and then Greensburg Salem.
But North Catholic was bad because they took him to the north side.
Steal by Sawhook.
They took him to the old gym.
As long as everybody knows where you're going. Sawhook's shot is up no good, and the rebound comes to Deer Lakes. As long as you don't go to Troy Hill and think the game's
Well,
there.
the bus did. That's what happened. Yeah. So,
It's easy to get up
They got to
220.
visit
You just
Troy.
go out 228 to get that now.
Yeah.
You can hit 79 and go up that way, or you go the back way to 228. You go past Mars High School, you're 5 minutes away. Not even. That school is beautiful up there now.
looks like a travel it was called.
They had to change the stationery recently, I understand.
Yes. 9th turnover for Deer Lakes. Highlands committing 20.
46-11. The Lancers lead it. 4:40 to go. The Rams going to wind down their 2018-19 season. I was thinking about this earlier in the week. I brought it up to you. Courtney, in her first year as coach, what do you learn the first year that you are the boss? There's a learning process for everyone, but you are the boss. You are the head coach. It all falls on you. You take the record home with you. You take the losses home with you. What do you learn that first year that you didn't know before you took the job?
Organization, okay? Because again, everything falls on your head. And, you know, the schedules, the practice schedules, the dealing with the team themselves, sometimes the parents.
Yeah, the parents usually don't do much complaining to the assistants. I bet Jason could tell you that.
She got fouled from behind.
She did. They didn't call it, though. The rebound is loose.
Sarah
And
Young on the floor.
Good job. Got it to Summers. Summers goes in. Oh, nifty little one-hander. Didn't fall for, though, and Highlands will keep it at the 4-minute mark.
I knew a ball boy when Calipari was an assistant at Pitt, and at 5:50 for a 7 o'clock tip, he would get 3 white towels delivered by Calipari. Not 2, not 4, 3, not yellow, not gold, white, and not by anybody but Calipari. At 5:50, not 5:49, not 5:51. That is organization.
Yes.
And it goes to those details.
Right.
That's Calipari assistant, do you remember?
I believe he was there with Paul Evans, but I believe it was Paul Evans.
yeah.
It might have been Willard. It might have been Willard. That's a great question. I don't know if he went back as far as Shipman or not. Seth Greenberg was Shipman's opposite. Might have been Evans.
Mr. Pleasant.
Mr. Personality. This is Smyrna baseline.
We had the perfect job. Naval Academy. Nobody would everybody tolerate him there.
Well, they had a...
He was a softie there.
Pitt opened their season last year at Navy, and they honored the Navy team with David Robinson and everybody, and Paul Evans was there, and he was supposedly not very friendly to the Pitt people,
I wonder why.
and he considers himself Navy's coach, he said. He had a lot of success at Pitt.
He's not coaching at all?
No. He's up there now. He's probably, I don't know, probably going to be in his 70s by now.
Anything after Pitt? I don't
think he did.
Yeah.
This is Lydia Guthrie for a court. Oh, nearly a steal by Saul, but Ashley McAdams in the game saves it for the Lancers.
Took the check and went home.
Did. Yeah. Number 5 in the ball game. That's Emily Hammers. They have filled out. This is the first time this has ever happened. My sheet is completely full.
Highlands trying to get the ball back here.
That's 3, and it's short. And Deer Lakes will keep it at 2:52 to go.
Sampan Tanerick, active hands down there in the corner, Mike. Got to get her on score sheet, huh? On senior day. Sarah Young is
15 different Lancers in the game today. Again, and I may have missed someone. That's the ones I've written down, and that's a
That was
dipper.
good.
Let go by Guthrie, and the rebound is loose, and it's squirted out of there by Sarah Young again. She's in trouble backcourt. Got it to Summers, and she traveled. Good call by Joe Tisella. He didn't want to do it, but he had to.
Yep. Shuffle your feet. You get called for travel.
2:34 left. Mitch, if you're watching this on Comcast on Wednesday night, Thursday night, we'll have the Highlands at Beaver game for you. That will be played this coming Monday.
Mike, we have to figure out a schedule for the boys because they're going to be playing on Wednesdays and Saturdays, a replay date.
Right, and the Saturday games are going to be probably early in the day. Those are going to be daytime. They usually go they go noon, 2 and 4 if it's a triple header, and normally maybe 12 and 2 or 1. something like that. So we're going to have some Saturday daytime. This is practice for us.
Yeah.
Sarah Young got fouled on her way in. She'll go to the line and shoot 2 at 2:14. Let's listen to Larry Porterfield.
Green 12, here, 2. 2, ladies, 2.
Larry, long-time announcer. We just got him on the air there.
Lydia Guthrie picks up the foul for Deer Lakes.
Larry said he went 14 minutes before me. He doesn't realize we're paying him by the call today.
Paying him by the call today, so I hope Larry brought gas money.
Exactly.
46-12.
Sarah Young has 2.
The second one is off the back rim, and the rebound to Deer Lakes. Is fighting it out of there is Emily Hammers. She is player number 15 for Dave Petruska. This is McAdams left side. Now a jumper is missed by Fleming, and a rebound to Highlands. Less than 2 to go. Forecourt Fabregas. Oh, and Sam Pantanarak, they zigged and zagged on different pages together.
Got to announce the girls' middle school team, and they also in the program, Mike, they have the beast mode for the girls too, and future's looking bright there. They're playing in that Freeport Winter League up there, and it's great because middle school girls play in the fall, so they're going to get not only play in the fall, but also now in the winter time, and hopefully build the program up from there.
Now jumper's a dipper. The rebound is loose. The Rams fight for it. Fabregas down there. And
Highlands gets to keep it.
Highlands will keep it down there for the Lancers was 22. Isabella Hyman. That's player number 16.
Actually, no, Mike, Deer Lakes gets it.
Deer Lakes, okay.
Yeah, the arrow switched.
Isabella's player number 16 for the Lancers. Now, off the inbound, they got it inside for Fleming and couldn't get it to go, and now a foul. And this will put Hyman to the line, number 22.
She's only a freshman too, Mike. How long a freshman?
They have 10.
Yep.
They have 10, and that's talk about something to build on for the future when these 4 seniors leave. Oh, goodness.
How about that one?
If that had time, that time of possession taken, was up there so long. Hang time, like a punt. And the seniors coming off now is Sarah Young and Pat Pantanarak are out.
Curtain call at 126.
And the second one is missed, and Luzier chases it to the corner. Of course, Lauren Sutlovich now loose underneath, and Summers has it. Lauren Sutlovich couldn't go. She's ill today, and as I said, the scourge of pink eye is making its way through the halls of Highlands this week. And
yeah.
I think Lauren got in the...
Boys had it, and she does.
It is so catchy. This is Ashley McAdams, forecourt at 110. Left side, and a jumper is drained, and that's a 3 for Guthrie.
49-12 now, final minute to go.
Down under a minute. And the jumper is missed by DeSanto. Rebound is kicked out of bounds. Whose foot? Off a green foot. Highlands basketball. 50 seconds left. We'll be wrapping this one up. Thanks to Landon Signorello with all his help upstairs this afternoon. We'll see Landon on Monday. Saw hooks 3 off the back rim. It's tipped out of bounds again. And this time Highlands keeps it also. And then playoffs will begin. The meeting will be Tuesday, and playoffs will start that weekend, and we'll see what's going on with that. I feel that
by
DeSanto's first basket. The Rams have 5 players on the score sheet. It's 49-14. I think we probably won't play till the following Wednesday.
At the earliest.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if Highlands gets a bye, then
we don't think they are. Right in front of us. Ball's knocked out of bounds.
It was coming right for us. You didn't even duck.
That was a low ball.
It was. It was. 28 seconds left.
From the corner.
Right side, that's a 3, and it is down by Emily Hammers.
Never touched the net, Mike.
10 Lancers have scored. It's 52-14. And a good reach in front that time to steal it, knock it out of bounds by Fleming. Highlands will keep it, though, with 10 seconds to go. Larry Porterfield, Bob Marchi, Joe DeCello, our officials this afternoon. Thanks to them.
Never knew they were here.
Nope. 5 seconds to go. It's loose backcourt. We're going to have a tie-up.
And that's the ultimate compliment you give a referee, Mike.
Like a good waiter? Is that what you like to say?
That's what I always say, yep.
So again, if you're watching on Comcast on Wednesday night, We'll see you tomorrow night for the boys game as Luzier missed a shot. If you're on YouTube, we'll be at you sometime on Tuesday with that one. That's it. It's all over. And Deer Lakes, in impressive fashion, moves their record to 16-5 with a 52-14 win over Highlands.
Well, Mike, again, building the program, and a lot of young girls here today going to get their opportunities in the future, so we'll see what happens next year.
Thanks, Landon. Thanks, Chuck DeBoer. Thanks to everybody for helping us out. Final score again, Deer Lakes 52, Highlands 14. For Mike Choma, this is Mike Pavlik. So long.